This is Sessions on Cinema. Today's guests are...
I'm a returning member. I was on Beau's Afraid as my Joker.
I'm Nolan. I'm just a co-worker.
This is your first appearance on Sessions on
This
Cinema.
is, I'm excited. I'm nervous. You know, there are a lot of big players here today.
You better make a good impression.
Hopefully I can keep up.
You better be funny.
Yeah, you better be really funny.
Yeah, you might not make it back on a repeat appearance.
That's true. And I'm Jeremy. I was on Beau's Afraid as my Joker as well. And hopefully future episodes, if I make the cut on this one.
Yeah.
We'll have to see.
Today we're watching Climax. Yeah, I don't think we have to...
2018.
Yeah.
Gasper Noé.
Awful.
Casper Noé.
Wide range of opinions on it. Nolan, have you seen this
I have
movie
not seen
before?
it.
I haven't finished it, to be fair.
Jacob and I are huge fans of this movie.
Hell
and,
yeah.
Put this up here in the top echelon of Noé's films.
Absolutely.
Tommy, you've seen this movie before and hated it.
I've seen the first, I cut it off before the end part. I couldn't watch
So
it.
he's hasn't seen the movie.
He missed the good stuff.
And
Yeah, he missed the best part.
So he
of the
missed
movie.
the best part.
Yeah.
I'd also like to point out the couch was one of the only areas that we could get us all on film. We have other seating options, but this was the best for filming.
It's like the casting couch in the sessions.
This will have to do until we get a 6-camera setup.
Yeah.
Is it all in French? It was in English last time. A lot of them were speaking English.
No. Some of them
uh,
are speaking English.
It's mostly in French.
What the hell, guys?
I might hear.
All right,
They'll speak vernacular English every once in a while.
if you need to learn any English words, those are the ones who work.
Is rim job
vernacular.
First bit of little expert commentary during these interviews. It's essentially a list of inspirations for the film located on either side of the TV screen.
Hey, possessions.
Oh yeah.
Another little fun fact: this scene is a bit of a challenge to not fucking fall asleep.
He just comes out and says it.
It is so funny. This is just Gasper Noé just being, yeah, I know my stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I've got Fritz Lang on here. I've got Suspiria.
I got Dario Argento.
Oh,
Exactly, yeah.
Well, yeah, not all those movies are good.
Yeah.
Just smashes my head in. 2 teeth doesn't seem like that much.
Yeah, that's the crazy part. Drugs. After he smashes.
No drugs. Yeah.
Are you crazy?
So you're seeing a wholesome relationship. Wholesome brother and sister.
Wholesome brother and sister relationship.
No last name.
The other guy's name was Cyborg.
Yeah, that's true. You didn't question Cyborg.
I'll accept Cyborg.
So fucking goddamn funny.
How did you not watch this opening scene and be like, this is the
I know, right?
I mean, I thought it was interesting.
Oh, a true fan. And this whole thing is done in one take.
Oh,
It's
what?
insane. Yeah.
I had no idea.
I can kind of.
You're a hater.
Yeah,
I'm not-
obviously, it's one take. I haven't cut yet. The quad and calf swing.
I know, right? It's insane, the physical performance of these people. God damn.
It's
insane.
Oh my god.
doing that thing.
This is the guy who said he would do anything.
Yeah.
And
I believe it.
Yeah, I was gonna say we can tell. I love the camera.
Yeah, yeah. Peak cinema. So good. Yeah. And it's that right there was a hidden cut, and there's a couple other ones. Guys, negative riz.
No one likes it.
Essentially, a good question as to why they're actually doing this. It's never really
It's not
explained,
explained out there.
and I think it is sort of part of the danger of this movie is although it's it seems normal that they're all just dancing in this club thing. When you start to think about some of the practicality behind it, it becomes almost like mystical and abstract.
Oh yeah, Mayonnaise. Excuse me, Mayonnaise transcends.
Yes, please take that
She's
kid
sitting there
away.
watching.
Please take that kid away.
I don't know. Well, there's a style of dance that is just pretty wild. You just kind of do what you want to do. It was made by Isadora, which is Isadora, I think was her last name. She's arguably the mother of modern dance. She went over to Europe and America. She danced crazy. No one had ever seen it before. She just danced however she wanted. And she kind of invented that kind of thing.
This is crazy.
Yeah, this guy sucks.
What do I think?
Keep saying it.
That's his thing. That's the only thing I remember. Because I do like the idea with the camera work that it's kind of expressing like, if you look at them all from back, they're just a giant group. But like, if you zoom in on them, they're all having their intimate moments, and like, the camera work just expresses that so seamlessly.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah, and I love the way it kind of like just kind of flows between the characters.
Exactly.
It is really interesting though that like those like cut to blacks, because they make the editing all the more like noticeable when beforehand the editing was like seamless.
Yeah.
It's an interesting contrast.
What these guys?
Yeah, the worst. Every person in this movie is the worst. I hate this movie.
Yeah.
I like it. I like
The
it.
whole point is that they're like not good people.
It's
They're
so
like
exhausting to watch. It's like literally conversations that I would
Go watch Bluey then. Go watch a kids show. I mean, like the point of this is that you get like a sense into like the way that all these people outwardly portray themselves, so you can kind of watch it get deconstructed later on in the film.
I also
Like you
love-
can listen to like the way these people posture it, being like all macho and like oh yeah, I'm gonna fuck everybody. But you'll see what their true desires are like as the
Well, I
film
also like
progresses. It's
as the music like dies down and the dancing dies down, like they all start changing like immediately.
I mean, that's already something you can kind of notice is at the beginning, it's like they're all like real, like together, and
Super.
there's like a
close.
sense of like unity and
Yeah.
like kind of harmony in everything they do. And then now they're splitting off in like little groups,
Yeah.
just all shit talking each other.
Yeah. Where do you think Gaspar Noé gets chairs like that? I want like a diner style chair that's like red and yellow like that. That mustard yellow.
Yeah, it's like a child's room chair.
Yeah. I mean, you can also tell from the way that they're talking that like neither one of them truly has like terribly much experience, or at least like with like intimacy, and they're both
They're
like
just like posturing to each
bullshitting.
other, talking
Yeah.
about like, oh, I fuck everybody.
Yeah.
It's
Like you can
it's just, you
tell.
can immediately tell they're like full of shit.
Yeah. And they're just like
You
making
guys are awesome.
but they're
Oh,
like
these guys fuck.
they're like making shit up on the spot, and they're like listening to what each other has to say in
I don't
order
think
to
you can
like
use shit out
bounce
of
off of
it.
each other.
I don't think you do that.
Well, I didn't want to say
I don't think
anything.
you're supposed to do that. Don't take advice from this movie, Noah. Alright guys, we're gonna take a break from all the dancing. Do more dancing.
Well, you said you were trying not to fall asleep when they were talking, and now that you get back to the dancing and you're still complaining.
No, the beginning is boring. Them talking is insufferable. And then them dancing is just them dancing.
Like the whole part about the beginning is that they're all like explaining how like dancing is a core fundamental part of their lives, and that it's like their key form of expression. And so when we get to see them dance, although it's like beautiful, it's almost like kind of lonely, especially like in the shot how they're just like surrounded by people, but they're in this space alone.
Yeah, I think this is like I've seen other movies that have like dancing be like a quirk, but I think like this is like for sure the most like kind of effective film about dance that I've seen.
Scooby-Doo, Enter the Dance Scene.
Well, like
Guardians of the Galaxy
Jake, have
Volume
you
3.
seen Francis Ha?
Yeah.
The like dancing at the end of Francis Ha, like I'm sure is like very meaningful to some people, but like I didn't really get a whole lot out of it because like
No,
the movie
me
doesn't
neither.
really like it doesn't really establish like a whole lot of like what dance means.
No,
or-
exactly. Yeah.
There's not really much of an introduction to it other than like unless you just have to know. I guess.
Yeah. Someone could do this, right?
Yeah,
You should try, right?
this shit
Oh.
is crazy.
You get it, you can do it.
It's like every middle schooler who's double jointed.
I think they also.
Yeah. No, they all do.
I don't think it's just the guys that suck.
But they have to shoot all of this in a way, like they have to be dancing in a way that being shot from above, it's like attractive or like interesting to look at.
But there's so many full positions.
Yeah, exactly. A lot of dancing is done like meant to be seen from the front, and this is all this dancing is meant to be seen from above. So that's to be choreographed as such.
Do you think this dance is choreographed?
Oh no, you think they just did this like on the spot?
You don't
They
think so?
hired dancers. I don't know.
I mean, I think there's possible.
No. I'm sorry, burst your bubble, Nolan.
I think there's elements that are obviously choreographed, but I think like there's some interpretation to it.
Yeah, like I said, if they hire dancers, they clearly can dance.
They
Why
have
would you not
never-
just go dance?
Okay, that
You
yeah,
think someone
that's choreographed. Yeah, that is
specifically was like, you
choreographed.
need to move exactly like this. No,
Yeah.
no
No,
way.
no,
No way every
no.
move is choreographed.
No,
not
no way.
Why would they waste time doing it? When like
There's-
it's supposed to be
because
such
there's a lot.
purposeful,
I'm telling you.
expressive thing. It won't be as purposeful.
There's like actually a level of craft that goes
Yeah.
into dancing.
Yeah.
that is probably more than what you
Like you may think, oh, it's all random. When you can comprehend. It's entirely possible that some of this is free form,
Jesus
but
Christ.
I don't believe it. I
It's,
think there's so much
Well,
technicality.
especially like if you're like paying attention, like
Yeah, this is
The-
really
the
this is really authentic choreographed.
well, a lot of the
It is,
specific
though.
dance moves and styles are like tailored to like the individual characters' personalities and like.
Yeah, so I think, but
Like, do you think that
I'm saying
those
there's
two
elements-
people?
I'm saying there's elements that are choreographed. I'm saying that's
the
undeniable.
positioning, the timing of things,
But I think there's large parts of it where they're like, this is the dance I'm looking for.
this emotion,
And
you're
then-
this
and-
character.
Yeah, and so you dance this way. I'm sure there's multiple takes that were done.
I don't think they scripted
Sure.
it.
Oh, this shit's so.
Yeah,
cool.
it's so
Movie's
fucking
over.
cool.
What were you saying, Jeremy?
I was just gonna say that like with Noah's like directing style, he did leave like a whole lot like up to the dancers and
Yeah.
the actors like.
So then
So
it wasn't choreographed, you
That's what
fuckers.
we're just saying.
That's literally what we
Just
were saying.
saying.
It was up to them to choreograph it themselves.
Yeah.
Well, that's kind of what we were saying. I think Nolan and I were both trying to say that an external creative person did not like tell them exactly what to do. The dancers did a lot of it.
Oh, this is the credits.
Yeah.
I thought
Yeah,
it
these
was.
are all like the
actors.
Oh, it's over?
No,
Yeah.
This is the
this is
soundtrack
the
right
opening
here.
credits.
Yeah.
How long are we into
Probably halfway, I think.
Yeah, this is the halfway
Daft
point.
Punk.
Yeah, Daft Punk, Soft Cell, Apex Twin.
This is the music.
This is all the
Yeah.
music in it.
Oh, the Rolling Stone.
So that's like the
Is this where you stop
turning point. Yeah, is this where you stop?
I'm not even sure.
You're
I
not
didn't
sure
get
you got
to
this far?
this. I know for a fact that they.
Oh,
This is
you
where the
literally
movie gets
have not
great.
seen any of the movie then.
I could not sit through everyone just talking. It was just so uncomfortable.
Yeah, I don't mind that sometimes in movies.
But it's all the worst people. I'm not saying it's bad.
And they're also
I'm saying
just
I just did not like watching.
they're also
Just
like not the most interesting characters, at least at that point in the movie.
Who all didn't drink sangria? The kid, obviously. Omar. The girl, I don't think did. She don't think she did either.
No,
She
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 did.
denied it from David. Oh, maybe she.
There's one girl who didn't drink.
yeah, there was only
Like,
one
you'll-
girl who didn't, and then the kid. I think. Classic Omar.
Classic Omar. See, the funny thing is about this movie is that it's based off of like a real life incident where like somebody spiked like a like dance group's party with LSD, except that in the real life situation, it just passed without incident and everything was fine. I mean, that's one thing about this. It's like LSD doesn't necessarily just turn people violent, but it's great for a movie.
That is something that this movie has gotten criticism for.
But I don't think that's what it's really. It's not trying to say like, oh, drugs make you violent.
Yeah.
It's just like and more interesting as like a mechanism of the narrative.
Yeah, it's just it's a catalyst for like unveiling the true aspect.
It's less about the drugs making all these people awful and more about just these people like hiding so much like awful shit.
No.
Yeah, just making a great choice of putting him in an active electrical room.
Now it's clear.
It's like baby proof in your house. You gotta shut all your active power breakers.
That's the equivalent of putting just like a loaded gun on inside of a drawer instead of just like out on the table.
Yeah.
No one's ever died from that, Jeremy.
That's
Now imagine you had a loaded gun on a table, and then you also had the like the kid in the house was on drugs.
that's true. Yeah, exactly.
It's sort of like a fun, like throwback to Sherlock Holmes novel.
Classic whodunit.
Nice admiration.
Someone cheating doesn't seem so bad.
I wish more people were just being not like that.
Seems like you meant it like that. I forgot for like half a second that I'm gonna have to like censor whatever I do end up showing of this movie.
Yeah, no, this is a pretty. There are a lot of pretty graphic images.
Yeah. Do we ever see what happens to the girl that was on fire?
I think yeah, she showed up at the end.
Oh, okay.
She's fine.
She's fine. He's so insecure.
He really is. You see, like the beginning of the movie, it's like this guy's like just creeping up on everybody, and he's just like a total weirdo. And then it's like, oh, he's actually just like the loneliest, creepiest weirdo ever.
Yeah. Like, imagine if the kid wasn't locked
That's
in
what I'm
in the thing. We would have to, as the viewers, then hear his screams even louder. How obnoxious would that be? It's probably the best.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking right now.
Somebody
How
shut this
obnoxious
shit
it
off.
is.
Yeah.
Well, then why don't we just throw him outside though?
It's a good point.
It's a good point.
Yeah, how did they know that he didn't poison the drinks?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, this was choreographed.
This absolutely is choreographed, though. What you're talking about.
That's what I said.
There's gravity sound for this shit.
Yeah, I love that shot.
It's such like you can tell the filmmaker really cares.
Yeah.
Because you're so used to these like giant wide shots or like close shots and these like giant blockbusters, even good ones.
Yeah. She talks about at the beginning how she failed at her art because of her pregnancy, and now she's sort of failing her child because of her work. It's sort of like this cycle of just creating something and then failing at it, at least for that character.
Well, I think it more so portrays like less of her failing because of like a project she's involved with, and more just like the conception of kids in general.
Is a failure?
Well,
You're saying like the conception of kids is automatically like going to lead to some sort of like
the conception
trauma?
in the way that she did it,
Mm-hmm.
like I think just automatically it just leads to like this like cycle of like
Excuses almost.
well, like you're uncaring, like you're like immature, irresponsible, and so that's kind of like I don't know.
Interesting.
Daddy is the luckiest character in this whole movie. Everyone else is like in like a living nightmare, and he's just having such a good time.
Mom's just like crawling on the floor in the background, trying to look
Trying
for
to
the
look for the
keys.
keys.
Yeah.
But legitimately, she was doing this the entire time, like legitimately, like
Yeah. Is it under this chair? Is it under this chair?
Funny enough, the girl who had us watch it said she watched it on her first date with a guy. And really liked it.
really.
Oh, that's crazy.
That's
How?
crazy.
How are you guys doing this?
No, that's how you know like you're gonna get along with like, a date. If you
Oh, no,
watch this movie,
I think it's
with
just,
the
I think it's just you guys are both psychopaths. Yeah, I will say like our commentary has been a little dry.
Yeah.
A little dry.
You should work on that, Nolan. You should work on your tight pen.
Yeah, now I'm imagining you're probably not gonna be invited back for this.
Yeah, I might edit you out of the video.
like, you put like a
Like, why are Tommy and Jeremy sitting so far apart from each other?
Yeah, special guest, Hugh Jackman.
When I add this part too. Wait a minute, I don't know. I
I don't know you.
Let's see what I get away with on YouTube.
I was like, I don't know YouTube's
Yeah.
policies.
You can technically just have it be age restricted.
Yeah, no.
Because again, he
It's
wants
restricted to 12 and under.
he wants to get as
I'm
many.
gonna make it
many
like
people
I'm
as
gonna put it
possible.
on the 4 kids section.
Yeah.
Well, again, I think we're in the.
If you hashtag Fortnite toys, you'll probably do that.
Yo, I'll get massive views.
Yeah, but like if you watch this video, you get 1,000 free Robux.
Shit, really?
Yeah.
He's pushed from the blue room to the green area in the hallway, sort of like green is representative of envy, and he's like envious of them and their making out and stuff. I don't know. I just think it's like
Yeah, blue is
Perhaps-
sadness, and now red is anger.
I'm not
They're just
necessarily
colors.
mad.
I thought
I'm
red is
saying
lust.
I think there's a little bit of color theory
It's
going
red.
on here.
It's red, red, more orange.
Yeah, nobody wants this
No one
guy.
wants it.
I'm on David's side. What's some
Who's David? David?
Oh, yellow.
Oh yeah, this is the brother and sister. By the way.
Oh. No, it's yellow, which means incest. I love color theory.
This whole sequence is in there.
You can go with filmmaker who cares.
I hate,
Yeah,
I
fucking
hate-
Talk about dry commentary.
I'm repeating what I said.
I'm being sarcastic. I'm making fun of it.
Oh, already now.
Anyone can hold the camera.
You think they can tell? You think the viewers can tell at home?
I hope so. What viewer?
Oh, fuck you.
If you pay close attention here, you can see that the cameraman is really putting a lot of effort.
He's also floating moving.
Also, if you pay close attention here, you'll notice that I'll have to cut out literally this entire book.
Oh, they all have
Yeah.
sex.
It's great though.
50 Robux. Comment down below.
Jesus Christ.
It's actually enough to put down.
That was pronounced David.
Imagine imagine filming this.
Imagine watching.
See, now he kind of seems like a saint, though.
We'll have the mighty fall.
Well, he kind of seems like a saint now.
Because he's been rejected by everyone.
Yeah.
Well, he hasn't committed incest. He hasn't trapped his child in a electrical room.
He hasn't
Is it-
killed
He's not doing
Is it-
this.
Just because he hasn't been able to doesn't mean he wouldn't have.
That's also.
Oh, we're gonna start judging people based on what they would do.
Yeah.
They was just saying just for us. Who is this so baby?
David. She's still dancing. They are like crazy shots in
This movie is just such a visual treat. It's so good.
Which is so interesting too, because it's like being able to do this in like a few rooms
Yeah.
and just like with lighting effects and camera work.
This is
Oh,
the
yeah.
who's fair
The butler in the foyer with the crowbar.
I think, truthfully, I think it was a leaky pipe. Because I assumed it's just LSC flowing in France.
There's Omar.
Classic Omar. Plot twist, it was her all along.
There's like bits and pieces where you can totally see it. As soon as they finish the dance, there's like a shot where she's in the background right next to the punch bowl.
But like, what's the message? I'm a perfectionist. I don't know the message.
It's interesting though how it looks like she's like crying.
Yeah.
It's the worst movie I've ever seen.
This movie's amazing.
It's
It
good.
is so
It's good.
I
It's
hate
not.
this movie so much. I hate it with every fiber of my being.
I don't
I don't
It's
get
so
that
good.
either. I do. I will say I'm perhaps not as big of a fan on it as I once was, but
In my youth.
in my youth. But I still really like this movie.
I thought it was still phenomenal. It is just great. There's nothing else like it. It's just like an experience.
Yeah, and it's.
I mean, I think that's like it's like Gaspar Noé just leaning into like what he does best, which is like just like provocative filmmaking that doesn't like try to shove anything down your throat with like a real message, but has interesting characters and
And it still has
enough
some
of a
interesting
thrust.
philosophical ideas behind it, and like
for sure
the creation
yeah.
of art and
Losing yourself in it. Doing this stuff.
yeah, exactly.
I get it. Don't get me wrong. And actually, I don't hate it as much as I'm saying. It's just such a hard movie to watch.
yeah.
And I just don't get enough out of it to ever want to watch it again.
Mm.
Because like, it's just so hard to watch.
It is definitely a trying watch, but I enjoyed a lot of aspects of it.
Yeah, same.
Any final thoughts on Climax?
I climaxed 3 times. Loved it. Great. Would rewatch again.
I would even though it may have gotten slightly worse for me, I still think it's great, and I would definitely rewatch it again.
It's tough because it's like anything that's your first experience, and like a movie to this degree, it's not like you can just like immediately have an opinion on it.
It took me
Yeah.
a while. Like after
Yeah.
watching it, it was just like kind of shell shocked and having to take a while to truly think about it.
Take a nature walk.
Yeah.
But I
a
definitely-
trip. Quick
I definitely
trip.
do like it. It's definitely not like it's something that I would definitely see myself like watching again and maybe even recommending.
Mm.
But there's a lot to it.
Yeah.
Especially since like I still am like fairly new with this style of filmmaking.
Yeah.
So
Who do you hate enough to recommend this movie to?
yeah.
No. Anyway, thank you for watching.
Can we do like an after edit and like watch the movie and do a bunch of research so we like make it like we do like a fake mystery science theater thing where it sounds like we're like really funny on the spot but we just like spend hours making pictures.